Hey, boys and girls, everybody out there, anybody in between, old folks here. Wanted to talk about the new update coming from Elex, going with the Great Awakening, as we call it. There is going to be a bunch of awakenings taking place. In fact, 4 awakenings taking place. You can go up to the main forums for Magic Rush and find this here in their announcements. But anyways, let's kind of jump into it, kind of look at it, talk about it. I know a lot of people are excited. I think it's going to be interesting. You know, some people are going to try and awaken everybody at one time. That's going to be resource heavy, a lot of diamond heavy. But hey, it's your money, it's your gems. Do what you want. Let's talk about Luke. Luke's one of those guys that he kind of has a place, kind of doesn't have a place. You know, again, some of his skills basically reduce the healing. So he's good in certain places against certain teams, but he just doesn't get a lot of love. So they're giving it an awakening. So now basically what's going to happen is this skill is going to, during his torpedo barrage, it's going to do AoE damage. Doing in random enemies, I don't really know how it's going to work till we see it in action. And it's going to lower their healing effect, just like his other skills. And the shell to max is up to 5 enemies. So obviously if there's some minions out there, it may not hit more people, especially when the AI is doing it. But we'll see kind of how it works. And it also has increased his attack range. I don't know, again, until we see it, how much that's going to be increased. But do I think it's going to suddenly make him playable in some special area? No, but who knows? We'll see. Sue. Now, Sue is somebody a lot of people really wanted to see get an awakening skill. Already is an amazing tank destroyer, has that knockback, has just an amazing damage. A lot of people use on Celia for the great damage she does there. So now piercing shot. When damage is given to low energy gaining enemies, remember that's what her skills do, is they decrease the amount of energy they're getting. Seal will do extra armor penetration, and the attack cannot be evaded. So now when you run into those dodging tanks, you know, you start seeing these Kaisers or some of these others that have a high dodge. Now it cannot be evaded. So it's going to be interesting to see how that plays out too. She already is a tank shredder. I don't know. I mean, it's going to help her kind of pull through that, push through that as it is. Zoe. Zoe was obviously you had a chance to vote on Zoe or on Jolie. People picked Jolie for some reason. I don't know. But they got one for Zoe anyways. Her awakening skill is the magnet cell. So those hit by the power field will be stunned for a short time and take additional damage. Obviously the power field, one of her skills. Obviously a stun's great. Anytime you can interrupt people is phenomenal. She's pretty good on certain arena teams. Great in the Crystal Dungeon. So I really think this could shake up some stuff in some arena areas, especially with teams that are built around her at higher level. She's pretty good. Finally, we come to Muse. Now, Muse, I did a video. You can look it up. Muse or Murphy. Hands down, Murphy. At that point, because her awakening is pretty good and her skills are pretty good. Muse has 2 skills that are just kind of limiting, you know, yeah, I'm going to increase dodge, you know, and if you're fighting against an AA team that does no real good. And her ability to force skill that just gives ability power. I mean, if you're fighting with an AD team, you know what I'm saying? It's one of those things where it's like, you know, where Murphy did both AD and AP. So, you know, I don't know. We'll see. But anyways, her new awakening skill, Gloriously, basically Radiant teammates, those that are affected by the Galactic Blast, Healing Star will receive a healing effect for 4 seconds. How much is that going to heal? We don't know. But if she can heal more, that's obviously a perk, because right now she doesn't do a phenomenal job. Arya is still the best one. We'll see. Could she replace Arya? I don't think so, but you never know how much they're going to buff her. So let's kind of look there. Now, Edwin, they're doing some balancing. We talk about Edwin. Edwin's one of those legendaries that I've come to the point to realize he's not worth getting. And I'm not trying to be mean, but he's just not worth getting. Let's be honest. You're going to spend gems on a guy, spend a ton of gems, 70,000, 80,000 gems to get a guy to 5-star. And then some guy's going to show up with Crash and totally destroy him. But let's not even think about how many gems you spent getting the guy prayed up. Or, you know, all the time and resources you spent leveling up. And he's shut down by a free hero. Who is really good on its own even when you're not facing an Edwin. We'll leave that alone. So anyways, his extreme hold, they increase the ability power. His magic hold, they increase the holding time. They'll be holding in the air longer. So now this is kind of cool. I mean, let's talk about this. They're giving him a boost. Now, why would they give you a boost? Because they want you to get him. Because what have they done? They've shut him down, if you think about it, with the free hero. And so suddenly everybody realized, I don't want to spend gems on this guy. I don't want to spend the time on this guy. I don't want to spend the time praying on this guy. Well, now they got to make it worthwhile. So the question is what happens if you don't have Crash? Well, now you need Crash to fight this guy. So it's one of those things in this game. It's going to be interesting. The hold's good. I mean, you don't think about it. You fight a team that's got a team built around him. You know, it's real simple. Monk Sung, Blaine, Edwin. You know, you could throw in a few others, but we're just going to, those are usual your 3 stacked together guys. How much longer are you going to hold on to them? I mean, you keep them in the air, that really minimizes their ability to do damage, hurt your team. I don't know. So we may be seeing more of him, and that means we may also be seeing more Crash. I got some new content also. Let's talk about that. So the Wild Monster Raid, they've added a level 6 and a level 7. So for those of us that can solo a level 5 on our own, and you're sitting out in the middle of nowhere with nothing to do, here we go. We got some 6s and 7s. Obviously, you're going to get more experience, more gold from the rally. The Alliance gift, they have adjusted the content. If you haven't paid attention, I did a video on that too. So now the gifts are more attractive. Because let's be honest, at higher levels, some of these gifts were just terrible. Why would I spend money on, you know, resource one when I'm getting, you know, way more resources just from, you know, spending 80 gems, you know what I'm saying, on my own. So I'm not trying to be mean. They've increased the reward of Alliance members when they open it. Alliance level 5 will unlock. Let me try that again. When you get your Alliance to level 5, it's going to unlock an advanced Alliance gift. So now this includes things like prayer books and shadow essence, and it's going to change based on the event. So that's kind of cool because we can always use a little bit of essence. We can always use some prayer books. I don't know. Rune cores. Rune cores. I haven't done a video on rune cores. None of my level 90 friends want to give me their accounts to play with, so I can't do much on it there. That's okay. I'm getting closer. When I get there, I'll figure it out. I've talked to a few guys. I could put a video together with basically me talking and giving some ideas, but I don't want to share that, so I'm going to wait till I can actually show you a video. But anyway, so they're going to adjust it some. So after the rune cores reach its max level, the overflow energy will become a random white rune. There's a lot of runes. I don't want to get into it again. I'll talk about it later. So basically, there it is. Fixes max is showing of rune core errors. You laugh about that because there are guys that have already gotten max to what? Yes, level 90. It's been out for a few days, and there were some errors. So Alliance Megas Mines. So basically now the reserves of the Mega Mines may have to be doubles, and more Chirp Maggots fragments can be mined from Mega Mines. Nothing big there. Add a new campaign thing. Basically, they fixed a few things. I don't know how they've improved the early game stage experience. I haven't played with it. Basically, just kind of go from there. That's about it. I think it's going to be interesting. I'm kind of glad they've released a few Hero Awakenings at one time. As I get them awoken, I'll gladly show you guys them. I'm working on Jolie. I'm getting close to getting her there. And leave your comments and your thoughts. Tell me what you think about some of these changes, especially not just the awakening skills of these people, but I'd really like to know your thoughts on what they're doing with Edwin. So have a great one all. I will talk to you all later.